Good. And now this is just a little too dark. Let's brighten that up one step. Okay, now I see why I turned that. Probably can fix that by cleaning the camera. Let's see. It worked. Okay, cool. So maybe I can make that a little bit brighter then. Okay, going live on TikTok too. Good morning, Bob. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Is it getting cold everywhere yet? Not here. It's freaking great here. Okay, I wanted to continue to look at a few charts. Shopify. Shopify's up more this morning. Okay, interesting. ADR 3.8%. Palantir. Pulled all the way back. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I have the 16 puts that I sold and also the 25 calls. I mean, I am way in the clear on that. Palantir, Tesla. Tesla's at an interesting spot, kind of doing nothing. Coin at 6% ADR is not on our hot list and running and breaking out. I mean, geez, that should be on our hot list. All right. MSTR. MSTR opening a little bit lower based on basically Bitcoin. Opening lower than Friday's range. Makes me think that possibly there could be an end of week call credit spread sold in the top there around 540. Let me take a look. RJ, good morning. For the end of the week, just 4 days. Well, 4 days to expiration, I guess. Okay. So we're talking about like 540 or higher. 540 is 31 delta. And 560 is what you could do. Sell, buy 82 cents for 418. 19.6% return on capital. On MSTR, if you sell the calls, the point there being, if you think it'll struggle all week to make it past 560, it's already pulled back a little. See, so kind of need to see how the market opens in order to really know for sure. But MSTR, very interesting. I'm going to put it in our spread room. MSTR potentially ranging for a weekly. I see. Okay. ANF. Nice thing is Abercrombie and Fitch just had earnings. So that's behind it, you know? And it's still doing well. Will it run more? Let's see. Let's look at the fundamentals here. I mean, it's been quarter after quarter after quarter growth in demand, profit margins. They're all the way up to 9% profit margins. And their profits are soaring. Can they keep it up for one more quarter? I think so. What do you guys think? Abercrombie and Fitch. I think so. So, you know, that one's very, very nice also. To sell puts or to go long. ANF. Okay, just a couple more here. GPS. We already have been doing really well with that. RJ, do you still have any GPS? Has anybody got any GPS? Because you know, ideally you only sold 50% of your growth position, your growth swing on that, and you're letting it follow probably this yellow one, the 10 moving average, or Kama Lama Ding Dong. GPS at 4% ADR lately. That goes on our hot list. ANET. ANET only 2.89% ADR. Yeah, and that seems to be its run rate. Pretty slow. This run right here looks pretty good. So sometimes it has a good little breakout run. And what's the distance on that? Let's see. 10%, 11% in 7 days. That's pretty good. So, you know, if you can catch it, if you can catch ANET running, then it looks like maybe 50% of the time you'll get about a little more than 1% of a day. So not in love with it. Not going to put it on the hot list. Airbnb. What is MobQ? I don't know. It really doesn't matter because you don't want to be in it by the end of the day. It's a day trade at most is what it is. They produce and manufacture day trades. 50% left on GPS. Perfect. Yeah. All right, RJ. Airbnb, 3.5% ADR. When it runs, it runs. Let's see. In prior runs, it did 21% in 15 bars, based out, broke out again, and did 16% in 15 bars. The run rate on Airbnb is good. So we'll put that on the hot list. It's interesting. Duolingo. Yeah, Duolingo is similar to GPS and just like, you know, popped on earnings. It's holding up high. It did end up pulling back, but then it got started again. And it's trying to break out again. This is basically the actions of a leader sitting at pole position, waiting for good weather conditions. I mean, you're staring straight at it. And it's a 5.24% ADR, even while struggling. The last run rate was 29% in 15 bars. I mean, this Duolingo is hot, hot, hot. This is a prime number one target DUOL. You need to be stalking this. This is where the money is. Of all the stocks we've looked at, Duolingo looks the most able to do what it can do. IoT. An ADR of 5.23%. Very nice. Hasn't been going on runs lately. It's been pretty much ziggle-zaggling along 2 quarters ago's earning release, and earnings are in a couple days. So we'll see on that one. Keep it where it's on the watch list. IoT. C1. Clearwater Analyst Holdings. ADR of 3%, not super great. This run here looks like something decent, which was 15% and 14 bars. And that seems to happen, a nice run seems to happen fairly frequently on it. It does go on these runs. Kind of like a chainsaw. Vroom, 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 vroom. So that's and there's no earnings coming up, so it's kind of like free to run, free to roam. So potentially, keep an eye on C1, but the ADR is only 3% on it, so it doesn't go on our hot list, but yeah, it's interesting. TMDX. Duolingo. DUOL. Duolingo. Duo-L. I already went through NVIDIA. I got to get this. I got to go through all these stocks. I already did NVIDIA. TMDX, ADR 7%. I mean, this is when you really, it's right now, and it's just about to break out into fill the gap territory all the way, where it could get all the way back up to 88 from 70. I mean, this is just gorgeous looking. TMDX, ADR of almost 7 freaking percent. This one also very good. What do they do? Well, it doesn't matter. Transmedics Group, medical sector. TMDX. Stone Company, 4.4% ADR. Recently did a zoom-in run of 28% in 3 bars. And it has exhibited that behavior before. And then right after breaking to new highs, went and put in another 24% in 17 bars, or even 21% in 10 bars. That's more than 2% per day. STNE, it's basically already broke out on Friday, but it's still within entry. So that could be something. And Kava and Uber and Now. See, I got a bunch I got to look at here. Kava at 6% ADR. That's hot. It's a new listing. Above 35 could be interesting. Already had earnings. 6% ADR. Very nice. Uber. Uber's been on an amazing run. It's at 56. This is the best run it's been on in a long time. Not too long though, but this is typical behavior. Last run, it went 54% in 29 bars. That's a little bit over a month, and it did 50% ROI. Uber, and 3% ADR, and yet pretty damn good when it runs. Now, similar thing. Now, doing really great, 2% ADR, but on the whole run, did 23% in 20 bars, so that's more than 1% per day. Dash, and it's already on our hot list. Dash 3.5% ADR. On the last breakout, went and did 34% and 39 bars. It's DoorDash. We got a lot of that move recently, but will it do a nice measured run like that again? Hard to say, but it could be in the cards, and it's borderline. I will put it on the hot list, but it is borderline as far as returns go. Return on investment. SN, Shark Ninja. This was an IPO that we've been watching. Shark Ninja just breaking out right now. The perfect volatility contraction pattern. You very tighter right side, and boom, and it's breaking out. Stop to the last pivot low to the tighter VCP there, and that'd be around 41, 47, $6 stop. And then you let it run for a month or so. That's a growth stock. IPOs are very good opportunities. And the ADR, and that's 4.4%. Yeah. Somebody who put it out talked about SN says beautiful base on this IPO. Generally, wait for the lockup period to pass before trading IPOs, but definitely something to review. Mobley, MBLY, natural gas. Yeah. Mobley, and it's all over the place. Nope. NTNX. Why? Nutanix. I mean, yeah, looks outstanding, but it's got earnings in like 2 days. The ADR is not that high, but we have it on our hot list. And, the last entry was 35.80, and now it's at 41.30. So that was 15% in 16 days. So even at a 2.37% ADR, the way it runs, it was able to give almost 1% per day. All right, that's that list. And now I just want to check if there were some others. DraftKings, NVIDIA, yeah, we already talked about that. Needs to get above 493 to be in play again. VRT ARM, VRT. We got 6 minutes before they open. We'll talk about the market about 3 minutes before they open. VRT with 4.34% ADR. Yeah, this one looks good. Looks like it's failing, topping. Could be a potential good one to sell calls on. I don't know if they even have options. ARM. ARM's an IPO that's recently went on a nice reversal after reporting its first earnings. Seems to be loved by many. And $69 would be a U breakout, IPO U breakout. Learn to trade IPOs, link in my bio. ARM, yeah, I'm going to put that on our hot list. And on our hot list, up this morning the most, is IRS. Which is at 939, which is an EP, which is a pivot breakout level. IRS. What is this? 10 shares, IRS, Real Estate Development Fund, 7.7% dividend. IRS. Okay. AFRM, a firm, opening also above pivots, and to be on watch today. Let's keep that on our global view, on our radar. AFRM, see if it starts getting away from us. UEC shot. Yeah, I like. All right, we've got to go over the market. All right, the market opening roughly where it closed out on Friday. Actually, just a little bit down. It's tried 3 times to do better than that. Continues to fail in pre-market. But we'll see off the open what happens. This is a bull market, so pullbacks theoretically get bought up. So we might see some energy off of a low open here and kick off another green week. What I'd be looking for is signs of topping this week because we are extended. But if that's not going to happen and we're going to run, then I'll immediately turn around and start to sell puts and go long on names. That's pretty much the situation. We've been running for several weeks. We've been semi-basing last week, and the week before was kind of like base on base. We're consolidating in a little region there, but with a lot of strength. There's a lot of strength on the market. If you look at prior bull runs that start, from their start, perhaps this is a start, then we're not even a third of the way through to the top here. So this is the absolute wrong time to be some kind of contrarian. Play the market, follow the market. When trends kick in like this, you get one bull market to get on the trend. And that's where you make all your money. So this is the wrong time to be in reverse. Put your foot on the pedal and put it in sixth gear. All right, market's going to open in 1 minute and 45 seconds. I'm going to be managing my holdings at the opening. So those opportunities you have before you, you learn how to trade in my group. You learn what to do with them. Fingers crossed for you. AFRM bleeding out just before the open. Went from 27.7 to 27.1. All right, we've got 45 seconds before the open. Yeah, plant money in pullbacks, guys. I mean, this is a bull run. Be looking for entries on pullbacks, green over red, prior day entries. I wonder if I can use my Samsung S Pen on my Microsoft Surface Pro. Well, anyway, I have the fucking pen for Microsoft. I don't need to dick around with that. What am I talking about? All right, 10 seconds to the open. Smoke them if you got them. If you have any questions, open your mouth. We'll forever hold your peace. I'm not a mind reader. All right. All right. Like I was thinking, looks like the market is being bought up right off of the open. This could be a green week. Yeah, Microsoft, NVIDIA, popping at the open here. Microsoft and NVIDIA. AFRM doing its, like I was telling you, AFRM looking good. How do puts work? Well, just, you send me a message, okay? Well, questions like that, yeah. That's true. Yeah. Growth stocks. Well, let's take a closer look here. All right. We got that initial buy up at the open. And now in minute 2 and 3 here, we've got about a 50% retrace on that move, while the S&P 500 is breaking below pre-market lows. And that looks like on NVIDIA making a new low of the day. So full-on reversal on NVIDIA. Microsoft stronger. Yeah, AFRM is just flying. Yeah, Bob, exactly. I just saw that you messaged that. But I was looking at AFRM and noticed it was flying first. So, like I said, that's an entry. RJ, did you get that message? Did you read through that? Tesla looking weak. Yeah. In a few minutes here, I think we're going to really see, the market's true colors in the next 30 minutes. And it's looking oddly weak. It wanted to kick off a bull run, but it looks like there's more money that's interested in getting out of the market right now than there is getting in. And so we have made new lows on the day, and as people convert their profits into cash so they can hold the line. Okay, you did, and it's exactly what you thought. You just messed up on. Probably somehow you thought buying on the other side of the table on the options chain was still puts because it was in that same region, which was like above or below the chain grid. But it's kind of weird like that. No, you got to go all the way. You can just go, yeah, you'll learn it. Puts are on the right side, calls are on the left side, and you can choose any of those strikes for puts and calls on either side and sell or buy each one. So there's a lot of options there on an option chain. Yeah. Okay. That's just technical, mechanical stuff you can get better at. Let's see, what do they put here as opportunities? MSTR potentially ranging. Let's see if that's starting to come to fruition, because maybe I'm going to put that on. See, MSTRs are very rangy. Let's see if they have any options on that. So for example, you could sell the 460 or even the 480. What do we got here? Yeah, I think the 480 is fine. Yeah, the bid ask is sell, buy. If I get the center of both, talking 72 for 428. That's good. 72 for 428 is 17% on your money for 1 week. If it's a 1 week expiration you're going after, that can be very good. And what I am going to do is I'm going to keep my weeklies at about 1% position size, and my longer dateds at about 4 to 7%, depending. But there we go. I sold the 480, 475 puts 480, 475 on MSTR. So that looks like this for the end of the week, which is December 1. See, so that's what that looks like for those of for members. And this is 475. And this is 480. If we got to be nitpicky about it. So how is MobQ doing? Because if MobQ breaks pre-market highs, that's interesting. Nah, MobQ is totally fading. AFRM is just flying. I think this is a great, you got a few minutes, to take advantage of potentially selling puts on that. AFRM, the level of 24. Let's see if we can get it for the week. And if it has enough liquidity. 24. Nah, the delta is way too low. Man, with as much volatility as it has, I will try that for longer dated. Let's see, 24. Okay. Seven out of 43. 16%. Yeah. And since it's longer dated, I can get a bunch of those. 20 contracts. More. 40. And that's good. 40. Okay. So, when you miss the boat on something, you don't have to leave it that way. Let's see, if I wanted to sell the other side of that delta, I got just now I got the 24, which was like 14 delta when I got it. The equivalent on the other side would be like selling the 34. So do you think AFRM is going to hit 34 by the end of the week? Maybe, maybe not. But for absolutely no extra cost to you, you can add that on for more return. Well, you got to get the credit to be the strikes to be the same. All right, there we go. Got it. So now that's iron condored out. That's how to do it, man. So look at, the probability of this trade. What do you think? Let's see. So AFRM, and I sold the 24 all the way to December 15th, I believe I just did. But I don't have to hold it that whole way. I can just collect theta in the meantime. Okay. Template sell. And I'll just double check. No, and I didn't get filled on the other side, and I'm going to leave that there for now. AFRM. Oh, I got some of them. Okay. But 24, 23.5, yeah, until December 15. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, so you can be long it and you can be selling premium as well. In fact, that might reduce some of your margin requirements. So look at that. I mean, what do you think? I mean, what do you think the probability is of AFRM returning back down to these levels, this week or in the next few days? I mean, I'm just going to let that run. Free money. And I have some at the 34, 38 level as well. How many contracts did I get there? Oh yeah, I guess I got fully loaded there then. I wonder what that was that I just canceled. That wasn't AFRM? Or was AFRM? Strange. But the idea here also was that I sold 34 level way up out here. It's basically on the other side. And that roughly doubles the income for no extra capital. So you get to put on another trade basically for free. That's the beauty of the Iron Condor. So like some people will say, oh, selling spreads, it seems like, selling high probability spreads, which are low probability to lose, the returns are only like 10%, 5%, 20%. Actually, you can even see 25% sometimes. But when you Iron Condor them, you double that. And you can make well in excess of 1% per day. All right, so that was the AFRM trade, and you guys can also, hopefully be long on that if that's what you want to do, But if you're selling the spreads, then you can make money whether it goes up or down. So I think the beauty of that is. All right, let's take another look at the market. Yeah, the market is crapped out, which is on SPY, but how about on the Qs? Let's see. Yeah, so both of them made new lows today. So this is a sign of topping. I'd be very interested in selling calls this week, and which is essentially like being short. Has anybody got any questions about the whole spread thing that I talk about? Because I'm getting pretty good at it, and I'm happy to kind of get you understanding it. If you understood it, you'd be doing it. Probably the most scariest thing for a lot of you is you wouldn't know how to manage it once you're in the trade, and that's what you worry about. So, that's something you can learn. I can teach that in this Thursday's class if you like. Let's see how some of these others are doing beyond. Nah, not really a trade there. Let's look at ANF we were talking about. No, you don't have to have. That's a great question. Do you have to have 100 shares in order to sell a call? No, that's why you buy a call as well. So you get pretend shares using you buy a call. and then you sell a call. And it's that combination which creates, it's that combination where you're making money off the difference between two prices. That's why they call it a spread. Good question. That's funny. Okay. All right. Abercrombie and Fitch looking good. Whether you want to enter long or not, that's up to you. You'd probably want to follow the end of day projected relative volume throughout the day on that, stocking it. But it's kind of generally in the region of an entry in showing relative strength. It's a lot easier for me to sell the put credit spread in this situation if it exists and has a good ROI on it. Because then if it doesn't take off, I still make the money because it's trying. Stocks that are trying but aren't quite doing it, you make money off that. If they do a run, you make money off that too. If they try and they don't make it, you make money off that. And if they try and then come back, you make money off that. And if they go down a little bit, you make money off that. So, I mean, there's 4 out of 5 ways you win. So I'm thinking about this level 70. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's great. 70 is offering a 26 delta for the December 15 expiration. That's excellent. So I'm going to even go down further to the 69. 69. All right, sell, buy. Yeah, that's a 4-to-1 return. That's 20%. That's a 25% return. I'm going to go max balls to the wall on that. And then I'm going to double it up with an iron condor. We go 5%. Let's see where I am here. Nope, more. 30 contracts. Abercrombie and Fitch selling the 69 level. Not quite getting filled. Okay, we'll let that sit there for a second, and then we're going to iron condor it up. That would be like grabbing the 81. What do you think? When would Abercrombie and Fitch hit 81? Yeah, it would take several days. I'd be a lot more comfortable selling the 82. And that's fine at 52. At 15 delta. 50. I don't know why I said the word 52. It might not let me take that until I fill the other one as far as margin is concerned. So I got to get the other one filled. It's kind of sitting there. I'm going to have to pop that down to a little bit in price to get a fill. There we go. I got the fill. So it's 19 out of 80, 81. 23.5% return. All right, now we go after the iron condor, after the selling the calls. Selling the 82, buying the 83. Requires no additional capital. Double the return. Only got filled on 10 so far. Is that right? ANF, let's see. Yeah, 10 contracts so far. All right, well, let's fill up that much, and then we'll add more later. Yeah, I think so. All right, ANF, and the other one we want to look at MSTR, and then and let's see what Nvidia is doing, because I think you could easily sell the top on Nvidia this week. Actually, Nvidia is acting kind of strong, so I'm not so sure that's a great idea, because it only takes like 3 days for it to be at all-time highs again. But let's see. So for instance, we could sell 500. Yeah, that's not high enough. All-time high, or the high there was 505.40. So I'd want to sell at least a 507. The deltas on there are not super great for the week. It's a risky trade. 18 bucks for 232 of risk. 18 divided by 232, 7% return. No thanks. We'll leave that one alone. All right, one last look at the market. If anybody has any questions, ideas, and we to look at, let me know. The market's dojiing, it's just going sideways. And then how about S&P 500? The growth market's going sideways. The VIX is actually rising. I mean, going down, sorry. The VIX is indicating bullish, is what I should say. We have bullish divergence on the VIX. And yet, and we saw this on Friday as well, and yet the market continues to deflate. But the betting on the week is long. Mike, that's the VIX. That's the VIX since Friday. But I'm talking about from the open. If you want to understand direction on the day. The movement from the open has been down. Is Amazon a buy due to Black Friday? Let's see what Amazon's doing. Amazon is getting a little bought up. But I'm sure a lot of that was already, at least half of that had to be already predicted. But oh yeah, Amazon is breaking out today. It's very nice. That could be a good long. I'm already in it, making money every day on it. All the way up to 155 is my level. But I'm also selling the 134. Any questions? Justin, Daniel, Mark, RJ, Bob, Carl, Camille, Marcus? El Puno. Coin is moving. Yes, I'm in that. Nope, all good. Good. All right. Bob, is that something you're interested in doing? In learning to get good at? Cool. Well, you can practice like RJ practices in a I don't know, what is it, RJ? You can like load up a paper trading account on Thinkorswim, but I'm down to go through that process on class night for sure. Sure. As far as managing the trades, yeah, but you've been in the last 2 weeks where I talked about getting in, and you still couldn't get that. No, I'm kidding. That's how we learn. So, and then now we're going to move on to managing the trades that you couldn't get properly in. Well, oh, you did miss. Oh, you did. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I gave you the good recap. Yeah, coin is moving very nicely. But the thing is, MSTR is not, and Bitcoin is not. Actually, MSTR might be moving. I don't know. But you got to watch out. Let's see. Boom. Bullish. Go back to MSTR for a second. What was the entry strategy on AFRM? Well, I think you missed it at this point. Let's see. What I did is I sold put spreads. I sold puts essentially. I sold some put. You can learn about that if you message me. But that way, if it struggled, it seemed to want to go. It seemed to want to run this week. But now it's you're talking about MSTR, right? No, AFRM. So anyway, yeah, that is what I did on the FRM. I did an Iron Condor, but the entry would have been at the open there. 1 minute opening range breakout. Okay, is that what Bob? Is that what you did, or who else got into AFRM at entry there? It's up 13% now since Friday. AFRM flying. Bob already took profits. All right. Good job. Now it's up, yeah, 13%. The idea for entry was right over the $27 level, which it had been the high lately, and had been tightening up, and was just a perfect pattern, really. And the relative volume right now is projected to be 1,000% end of day. So AFRM, huge opportunity this morning, but it's too far gone now. You never buy 5% out of the gate. It's gone. But you can catch up by selling put credit spreads, though, because they're still going to have value for the next few hours, maybe. You still have a little time, and then that whole move will fade. You'll get a better price when AFRM pulls back a little bit. Yeah, I know. Yeah. The market closed at 1 p.m. on Friday. I was on the conversation with my mom, and she said the market closes early today, I think. And I go, oh shit, really? And because it was like 45 minutes to the market close, I'm like, oh God. So I ran back up, did a little research, and yep, she said that's the tradition. Market always closes traditionally half day on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I don't know. 25 years been doing this. I never noticed. But yeah, she's got more experience than me. Not by much, though. I started trading the markets right when I came out of the womb. It was like, buy Apple. All right, you guys. Have a good one. Let's go back into the group now and keep everybody posted.